And we got when Don became a god to save the world. Fast Furious 7, bro. Let's check this out right here.
So the movie opens up and we see Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham, visiting his brother Owen, who looks like Two-Face right now. And he promises to spin the block for his little brother. He's then walking out the hospital and we see what this nigga did to the building. Yes, one person did this shit. I don't even think Captain America could do this, and he has superpowers. This nigga's like the bald Grim Reaper, bro. What the hell? We then cut to Hobbs chopping it up at the office with Brazilian fine shit, giving her a letter of recommendation. And when Hobbs goes back into the building, he sees Shaw in his office hacking in his computer. He goes to look for his pole, but he don't got it on him. He's lacking right now. And Shaw is just typing in his computer trying to find the team that crippled his little brother. But Hobbs says, nah, ain't no team. I did that shit, pussy. And what? Shaw then kicks the table up and leaps over it, kicking Hobbs through the glass, landing a 3-piece combo. Then Hobbs parries and lands a 2-piece into an uppercut, sending this nigga flying. So these two are going at it right now, trading blows left and right, until Shaw spears him through a table. And just look at bro's face, bro. He must got shattered glass in his butt crack. Hobbs then throws 2 punches, but Shaw is the next coming of Bruce Lee or some shit, because he puts this man in a combo of death. I
messed him up. I don't think I saw this one right here.
I think he hit his ass like 10 times in a 3-second time frame. Like, come on, Brock, fight back, bro, please. He's whooping your ass right now. And you can see the exact moment his steroids kicking like Bane's venom juice, because he lands a forehand and a backhand the same way Joker did Jason, and hits a headbutt, stunning Shaw. Rock then gets the upper hand, making their
So that personal right though.
Heads kiss and lands a rock bottom through the table. Rock then thinks the fight is over, because once you hit your finisher, that's it. Or at least that's how it's supposed to be. Nah, gang, this ain't WWE, bro. Because Shaw no-sells the rock bottom and slices him up with a piece of the glass. Then yanking a light fixture from the ceiling, smacking him and putting him on his ass. Fine shit comes out of nowhere to save the day, but Shaw throws a hockey puck bomb thing, blowing up the office, sending Rock and Fine shit flying out the building onto a car. Now, Rock is practically paralyzed right now, or at least he should be. Like, just look at him.
Bro, he got plot. Bro got plot on him.
Spine has to be cooked beyond repair. We then see Dom, who gets a call from Shaw, who just slimed out my dog Han, bro. And Shaw sets off a bomb disguised as the Amazon package, destroying the entire house. Nah, this nigga violated. I go like, he different. How do you even Amazon Prime a fucking bomb? That's how you know Jeff Bezos don't give a damn about his company. He's letting people Amazon Prime bomb same day shipping. Dom pays a visit to Hobbs in the hospital, and we get the backstory on how Shaw became the British Grim Reaper. He's apparently like 10 times worse than his little brother, so this should be fun. Brian and Mia go with the baby to DR with Romeo Santos to keep them safe, and Mia tells Brian, after this job, no more of this fucking spy shit. So they end up holding a funeral for Han, you know what I'm saying? RIP to bro. We gonna pour up some sake for you, gang. And like death from Puss in Boots The Last Wish, this nigga is stalking the family at Han's funeral. So Dom's spidey senses start kicking in, and he locks in on this random Maserati at the graveyard and instantly hops in the whip to chase him. Now you got 2 supercharged engines driving at fast as hell miles per hour through a graveyard, because of course
that's crazy right now. That's crazy, and that's very dangerous.
Dude, I'm telling y'all, these niggas will race anywhere if you let them. Dom and Shaw are cutting up in traffic right now, and not—
oh, that's the call right now though, bro.
Not a single cop is in sight. I guess they just took the day off or some shit. I don't know. Or maybe they just realized whenever you see that black
hey, this baby is nasty, bro.
Mustang or Charger, whatever the hell Dom drives, you just leave him alone, because anybody who goes after Dom in these movies just ends up turning into meat shields. I'm dead ass leaving him alone, because trying to arrest this nigga is not worth the baggage it comes with. Because once I arrest him, now I'm dealing with the FBI, I'm dealing with the cartel, I'm dealing with a whole bunch of shit that I just don't need in my life. We then see Dom and Shaw playing a game of chicken, except for the fact that nobody was the chicken. They just end up crashing into each other. So Dom takes out a sledgehammer. I don't know if he thinks he's Triple H in the 2000s or some shit, and Shaw ups a goddamn
brother came with a gun, bro. Get that
Uzi on him, talking about, you thought this was a street fight and shit. I can't even be mad at him. I ain't gonna lie, if I had a gun and a nigga wanted to fight me, I'd up it on him too. I ain't about to tussle with your big ass. I bought this Switch for a reason. I've been itching to let this shit fly, bro. You about to catch these. And then out of nowhere, these FBI soldiers pop up saving Dom, and we then see Mr. Stronghold. What? We see Will Stronghold's dad from another timeline, and he's working with Hobbs to get Shaw. He wants Dom and his team to go get this person named Ramsey Ramsey, who made this thing called God's Eye, which is basically a tracking device on steroids. Anything with a camera or a mic on it can be hacked into and used for whatever the user desires. So if Dom gets the God's Eye, then the FBI man here will let Dom use it to get Shaw. So Dom and the team cook up this master plan, which involves driving off a fucking plane. Like they're oh my god,
bro. Fast and Furious, they be doing some weird stuff now.
I can't even fathom what is happening right now. Like there's no way this was the
a parachute, really?
Only plan they came up with, bro. Yeah, fuck that shit. Hell no, I would have sat this mission out. They somehow successfully free fall out of the sky like nothing, bro. Like it's a regular Tuesday in the Fast and the Furious world. And they use this bulletproof Jeep to take out the goons' cars like nothing, bro. I swear to God, you would have thought this was the easiest mission of a lifetime. Until these niggas deploy 3 sentry guns on each side. And you want to know what's even crazier than 3 sentry guns on each side? 6 total. You want to know what's crazier than that? The team survives getting shot 1 billion times and blows the
plot. It's the plot, bro.
door off this bus, killing Buddy right here. Brian then pops out the car, then leaps into the bus, monkey flipping 1 grunt, piecing up 2 others, and 1 tapping 2 more. Who is this nigga feeling like, bro? Who is Brian O'Connor feeling like? I understand he's an ex-FBI agent. If somebody's gonna be doing this shit, it's going to be him. But I'm telling you, this man is moving like goddamn Captain America. Like he dead ass solo squatted these niggas in a New York sized apartment. Bro, how? There's like 3 feet of room. So he gets to Ramsey, he takes off the little bag and shit, and we see it is a beautiful curly headed queen. But hold on just a minute, y'all. I know what you're gonna say. I know she looked crazy, but you're gonna see later on in the movie just how good Ramsey looks. So Brian throws her on top of Dom's car to escape when out of nowhere, the British Grim Reaper rears his bald ass head. He has the biggest hate boner for Dom and his family because he's crashing into Dom over and over. Meanwhile, Brian has to fight the next coming of Liu Kang. More important, did I just see a double knee? Yo, what the hell was happening? Brian is trying his very best. He's trying his very best to not get his ass whooped. But then this man casually just pulls out a flipping heel kick. Like,
that was wow.
Excuse me? Did I see that shit correctly? A front flip that turns into a heel kick is crazy. This is the kind of person you shoot. Bro, you just shoot him.
Yeah, man, you gotta shoot that one, bro.
You dump the clip on his ass. You do not fight a nigga like this in real life. You just don't. Because someone like this doesn't just hurt you physically. He hurts you mentally, bro. He bruises the shit out of your ego. They end up fighting over a gun and bro shoots the bus driver. So yeah, everybody here is ultra fried. The bus is swerving side to side, looking like me off some cutwaters. And then it falls on its side and is about to slide off a mountain. Liu Kang Jr. somehow manages to escape because of course he does. And then Brian just defies the laws of gravity, if I'm being honest. Like he manages to pull himself off while this bus is falling off the edge. Now he's running on it and jumps off and manages to catch Letty's spoiler, saving his ass. Wow.
Plot, bro.
What the hell? I would have pissed and shit myself several times if this happened to me. While that was going on, Dom managed to delete a bunch of bad guys, with this one getting the worst of it. Oh yeah, he was able to lose Shaw, so that's good too. But now he's in a little bit of a pickle because he's cornered into the edge of a cliff with multiple guns pointed at him. So what does Dominic Toretto do in this situation? Yeah, he drives off the cliff, tumbling the entire way down. And then guess what he looks like when he gets out the car? Perfectly fine. Maybe a little bit of dirt on his body, but not a single drop of blood from his body. So everyone magically survived, you know what I'm saying? 0 blood lost at all. Maybe a few scratches at the most, since they want to be a tiny bit realistic. And we then learn that Ramsey mailed God's Eye to a friend in Abu Dhabi. We arrive in Abu Dhabi now and we see oh my, bro. Diablo mani. We see Ramsey sexy ass walking out the water and I can't even contain myself. I ain't gonna lie, I dead ass almost licked all 3 of my brand new monitors. And I'm gonna say a bold statement right here right now. Ramsey might actually be the baddest bitch in the whole franchise. Oh my god. Oh yeah, she Dominican, all right. She Dominican for sure. Turns out Ramsey's friend sold the drive to a billionaire prince who wanted to use it for a car. So the crew comes up with his plan to sneak into his party with a bunch of gold painted women and T-Pain as the DJ. What
Wow.
the hell? I did not expect to see T-Pain in a Fast and Furious movie. Dom and Brian finesse their way into the secret room with the car, and this shit's like a Lamborghini on rock cocaine. And then Dom just lifts the car up like nothing, bro. It's like he's deadlifting like 50 pounds.
Plot armor, bro.
Letty then gets caught sneaking around by Ronda Rousey and some guards. So Letty beats up the lady guards pretty easily. It wasn't even really a challenge. And now it's time for the boss fight. She got to run the ones with prime Ronda Rousey. And off the rip, she hits Letty with a superwoman punch, laying her ass out. But Letty comes up quick with a 1-2, but that doesn't phase Ronda at all. Like, she gets hit with a glass vase after this, and she still puts Letty on her shoulders, giving her an attitude adjustment into the other room. Now they continue to go back and forth, taking turns whooping each other's ass. And as soon as Ronda put her in the triangle and started elbowing her head, I thought it was GG's. I thought Letty was about to die for a second time in this franchise. But Letty shanks her and they continue fighting into the hallway. And I mean, these ladies are throwing haymakers, bro. Heavy ass punches. Letty with an uppercut, Ronda with a back fist, even fighting over the railing and falling onto T-Pain's setup. Then Shaw shows up to the party dressed in all black, of course. Dom and Brian are cutting it real close, so they decide instead of finding the chip, the best thing to do is drive the car out the building into another one. Gang, bro, they taking a page out of Osama bin Laden's book. I remember seeing this shit in the theater when I was like 13. I was like, yo, I've seen this before. This looks very familiar. Hey, shout out New York. Oh yeah, turns out the car has no brakes. So Dom decides to one-up Osama bin Laden and drive the car through another building and barely manages to
Crazy.
get out of the car, avoiding death. This is a $3.4 million car, by the way. This shit about to be the most expensive thing in a junkyard, bro. I'll bet you that much. They end up getting God's Eye, completing the mission, and Ramsey finds Shaw's location in like 20 seconds, which is insane. Like, bro, how do you even make this kind of device? So Dom, Brian, and the military personnel go to hunt down Shaw, and he's just casually eating dinner with some wine. I ain't gonna, bro, he looked peaceful as shit. Not a single care in the world. And we find out he's so nonchalant because he has the task force from the bus scene on his side. So it went from catching him lacking eating dinner to a Black Ops 7 hardpoint match. How the turntables. My son, Mr. Stronghold, puts on the shades and activates night vision on them hoes and takes out like 20 niggas. You know what I'm saying? My son going crazy right now. He going stupid until he gets shot. And Shaw and him end up getting the upper hand, forcing Dom and Brian to leave the scene without God's Eye. So let me get this straight, right? So all y'all mans is dead. The head honcho of the operation got shot, and you just gave the GPS on steroids to the ops. Oh yeah, and Shaw is still alive, and he has backup. He has a teammate now. I ain't gonna lie, gentlemen, that's a pretty piss poor performance. Fast forward a little bit, and it is a complete shit show right now. The crew got tracked by God's Eye to LA, and Brian's being followed by a Predator missile thing. It's basically Brian and the rest of the crew versus the Somalian Lex Luthor. And for the main event, we got Dom versus Shaw. Evil Somali man fires a missile at Brian's car, but him and Roman do the cleanest handoff I've ever seen to distract them. So this ends up working for a little bit, but evil Somali man figures out their plan and shoots down the tower, stopping Ramsey from hacking God's Eye. So The Rock sees this in his hospital bed and decides he's got to join the fight. Mind you, he's in a hospital with a million different injuries right now, and somehow breaks a cast clean off his arm with that same broken arm. Bro, whatever, bro. Fuck it. I ain't gonna play. I ain't gonna complain because that was kind of cool. So after Dom and Shaw take turns revving their car over and over for aura points, they finally crash into each other and decide they want to fight like fucking gladiators. What in the goddamn Avengers is this shit, bro? A fucking Puerto Rican mechanic from LA is going toe to toe with a British mercenary right now. I don't know how somebody comes up with this in like a creative meeting. I really don't know. Dom whiffs an attack and Spartan kicks Shaw into a light post and tries to destroy his face. Jesus Christ, look at what he did to the
Bro, that would have been GG right now.
concrete. He was trying to do Shaw like Ami Man did his own child. Shaw tries to reverse it, but it doesn't work and gets uppercutted and slammed into a car and punched to the ground. We're gonna put a timeout on this fight right here because one of the funniest things in the entire movie just happened to Brian. So Brian's in charge of fixing the connection for the Wi-Fi or whatever so they can continue hacking God's Eye. When out of nowhere, Liu Kang reappears and hits Brian with a double Robin knee through a door that slides down multiple flights of stairs. Who's pitching this idea for the script, bro? I need to have a conversation with this individual, bro. Like, I've truly never seen this in my life before. I'm truly amazed. Brian then reconnects the Wi-Fi. Shitty ass Spectrum could not relate, and Ramsey hacks God's Eye, getting it back from Somalian Lex Luthor. We cut back to Dom and he's slamming Shaw into a windshield like it's nothing, and they get to throwing a hose. I feel like they going crazy. Shaw is whooping his goddamn ass until his Puerto Rican genes start to kick in, and he instantly slams Shaw and lands a phenomenal forearm to his spine and ends up eating a pipe to the face. And finally, this nigga is bleeding. He's taken multiple bullets, punches, bombs, even car crashes.
That plot gave up. It's wearing out.
Kill people on impact. But this, a metal pipe to the face, is what draws some blood. Wow, even the white long sleeve is dirty. Okay, they're going for a little bit of realism now. Okay, I like it. Little did I know, I spoke too soon, way too soon, because Somalian Lex Luthor fired a missile at the parking garage and Dominic Toretto turns into a fucking earthbender, stomping a hole in that shit. But wait, y'all, there's more. The parking garage is falling apart, so Dom drives up a makeshift ramp almost into a helicopter and plants a bag full of grenades on that shit, throwing the lob to Hobbs. Now Dom ends up crashing, you know what I'm saying, Doc Hudson style, and actually dies for like 30 seconds, I think, but the power of family brings him back to life. So Shaw ends up getting locked up in a maximum security prison. Got this nigga looking like Tai Lung, and now it's time for all of us to cry again. We then get a compilation of Brian throughout all the movies, and See You Again starts playing, and then the cars, man, the cars fucking split, going in separate directions. Brian riding off into the sunset on his way to heaven, and Dom on his way to milk this franchise for another 4 movies. But yeah, that's the video, y'all. I hope you enjoyed. You know how to drop another banger.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We there, bro. We here, but you already know. Link up on the description, all the good stuff. Let's get it.